Hello, hello, K Plus users. This is Annalisa, and we are going to get together real quick here for a special edition of Squeeze That Page. All right, so we are on the K Plus agent dashboard, and I am going to scroll down this left-hand side to Lead Gen and click. Now I'm going to click Build Squeeze Page, and this is a shortcut to the multi-property buyer-seller squeeze page builder, the seller squeeze, as well as the single property squeeze builder right below that. All right, so let's talk about how to create a multi-property squeeze page. So we're going to loop back to source and hashtag. Myself, when I was creating these, I found it helpful to kind of identify where am I going to be addressing this targeted group? What am I going to be targeting them with? And then I would loop back into my tracking elements of the source code, which can help me determine my click per sign-up rate, if that's something on my radar and I want to track, as well as the hashtag, which I would always, always, always suggest that you use, because when you build a hashtag into a squeeze page, you're in essence building in the hashtag sorting system, organizational system over here. So like if you create a squeeze page with Clinton on it, maybe you're doing something for homes in the Clinton area, the leads are going to land automatically tagged so you can pull them up in seconds as a grouping and send them something as a group, that might help them. So let's loop back to the source and hashtag tracking. So let's identify an area. So let's say that I want to find all of a particular type of home in Orange County. When I put in the first few characters of the area, you can see that then the system pulls the information from the MLS of which I'm connected, because your MLS lives within K Plus, or if you're a KV Core user and you're looking at this, your MLS also lives in your KV Core dashboard. Basically, it's going to pull this content in from your MLS. So it's giving me Orange Lake or the county of Orange. Now I can choose what listing types I want to include. So I can choose anywhere from single family, condos, multifamily. And if you need to have options added here, I would definitely talk with support. So if I wanted to add in condos, I could. If I accidentally hit commercial before I choose and create the link, no big deal. You just click the little X to get rid of these if you don't want them before you pull the link. And if you do create the link after they're there, it takes seconds to recreate the correct link, so you're fine. Next, we can look at the options. Now, if we leave options here with none, when you click build link down here at the bottom, the system is going to ping the MLS of which you're connected and pull in all of those results from your MLS, which could be a pretty big number. So in this case, I might want to choose an option within. So I could say, do I want to pull all of my just listeds or fixers, newly builts? Do I want to attract people who are looking for homes on golf courses or with a pool? Do I want to pull people in with my reducer foreclosures list because everybody likes a deal? Or, do I want to address a certain type of structural option? So from here, I'm going to say I want to pull in all of the newly built homes in the county of Orange that are single family. Now I can go up to the top and say, do I want to add a source code? And this again is what helps us track clicks per sign up. So if I know I'm posting this maybe to Twitter, it's a Twitter ad, maybe it's Snapchat, who knows? Maybe I'm posting this to Twitter and it's Orange County newly built. So I can create a source code that speaks to me as a user, that when I look at this source code, I can be like, okay, this is exactly what this ad was for. I know I put it on Twitter and it was for Orange County newly built homes. I know exactly what this is for. And just as an aside, if you ever want to see your advertising stats, click into Lead Gen and then click Advertising Stats. And I'll go ahead and right-click on this and open it on a new tab so we can have that open and the squeeze page that we're currently building. So when we look at advertising stats, these results right here, this is where you're going to see that source code that you named. How many visits, how many leads did it garner, what was that sign-up rate? So you can track this information at a glance just to kind of see what's working, what isn't, what do I need to change up, etc. And again, that is Lead Gen, advertise stats. Okay, so now we've got our source code in for that stat if we want to track it. If you don't care about this right now, it's okay. It's not an absolutely necessary item to have in there. It's just something to be aware of if right now you're like, this is off my radar, but it's something you could get to. Or if you're like, hey, yeah, I need this, great, start utilizing it. So when we get into the hashtag, this is where we get into the identifiable thing about these leads of which we're bringing into the system. So how do we want to identify them and categorize them in our hashtag list over here to the left? So in this case, I might just call it Orange County newly built. And I might add SF in there for single family. So this could be an easily used tag. And the nice thing with these hashtags is they're not like one run and done type of thing. If you do other squeeze pages, if you do landing pages in the future that have the same tag for the same audience, you can reuse these hashtags and have everybody filter in to that hashtag bucket over here on the side, which is pretty neat. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces identified except for one, and we're going to get down here to this bottom one in a second. So we have our source code in place for our clicks per sign up rate. We've got our hashtag in for sorting and categorization. We have our area identified, our type of listing, our option, our type of person we're addressing, so we're looking for buyers. And the next thing we can do is say, well, how many properties do I want to let these folks look at before they get the details? So I can say either I want, well, the moment they're there, they have to sign in and view the property, or I can give them a 2-click delay, 3, 5, 10, 50, or never, like a carte blanche. Myself, I was always a fan of immediate, but I know that other people may have different use cases. So, use whatever might work best for you in that scenario. Next, we just click Build Link. And when you click Build Link, conversion pings up into the MLS, pulls that information back in and creates one clickable link to that matching information on your MLS. So it's saying there are 187 listings that have the criteria of newly built in Orange County. Now, we can take this direct link here, copy it, because it's a two-step process. You create it, then you deploy it. So you have to create it, then you have to use it on your social media. So then you would grab it and create your advertising campaign and go forward. Now, one other thing I want to show you here is when you create the squeeze page link, you can also edit this link, which is pretty cool. So again, you can highlight it and copy it. And I'm going to show you now how to edit the bed and a bath. So you just open up a doc or an email or a notepad, what have you, just something you can paste that link into. And I'll go ahead and paste that guy in there. So this is the link we have that leads to all of those results that were, what, 130 or 187 properties, okay? But let's say we only want to include a certain amount of bed and bath and a min and max price. I can go in here and say, well, actually, these results, I only want homes that are 3-bed and 2-bath minimum. I only want homes that are between 300,000 and 600,000. So you have the ability to go in and edit this link with the bed, bath, min, and max. Now we've, in essential, edited this link, and now we can highlight it, copy it, and if I use this link here to go to my website to view the results, it brought up a different amount of results. So if I go and look at this as a grid, it dropped us down to 166 results that have the parameter of 3-bed, 2-bath, 300 to 600,000. And that is how you create a squeeze page. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up now and jump back into the room to see if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great evening. Bye-bye.